My research aims to construct a social network graph of the literary communities in St. Petersburg based on a new type of data, the announcements of cultural events that have taken place in the city. I suggest that co-participation in the events can be used to trace connections between literary agents and to identify the cultural communities. Social networks are usually built from structured data found in published sources. In contrast, event announcements capture real-life connections and relationships, like traditional social networks such as Facebook and Twitter, but with one key difference. The events data reflect meaningful connections, not just between people who just know each other, but between people who actively collaborated on projects, or who are members of one literary group, or who share the same aesthetic or philosophical preferences. And this way, besides, we can include not only writers or poets, but also persons who may not appear in published sources, but who are crucial for the cultural development, like editors, organizers, curators, and so on. The data set I used is a corpus of newsletters about literary events in St. Petersburg from 1999, carefully maintained by Daria Sukhovey, a poet from the city. For nearly 25 years, she has consistently collected, organized, and shared information about a wide range of cultural events, especially literary events, including book presentations, poetry slams, reading, book fairs, and so on. I have compiled over 1,000 issues of this newsletter for my analysis. Announcements of literary events are typically pragmatic texts. Here is an example of one of them with like English translation. So these texts are designed to inform and attract visitors. They include the date, time, venue, and a brief description of the event, and usually they have a list of potential participants of these events. Also, the authors of this text are often anonymous. They are likely to be event organizers or venue owners. So this raw text data was parsed and cleaned to extract the addresses and personal names from the event descriptions. This was challenging due to the complexity of the Russian language with its multiple forms and cases, combined with the specific features of the announcement text. Here are the tools used for data extraction and unification. And after extraction and cleaning, the data set contains about 15,000 events and about 13,000 participants' names, united by almost 100,000 connections. About 4,000 of these persons have their own VF identifiers. They present in the authority file. Then the data was enriched with geographical coordinates for each venue, which formed the basis for a heat map visualizing cultural activity from a geographical perspective. The heat map shows the correlation of the number of events with the city map. And then a network graph was created. It represents the actors or agents' collaborations. Each node in the graph represents a literary actor, while the edges between nodes represents actors' co-participation in an event. So this graph allows us to visualize connections, analyze network structure, and identify communities. In addition, the network data allows us to create individual connection graphs for each actor to track their connections and understand their influence. The communities detected in the network, 4 of them are quite large, represent the real groups of literally St. Petersburg, the most active groups. The resulting graph can be verified to a certain extent by Wikipedia pages links on the one hand and by Facebook friendships on the other, as many of the names are represented there. But there will be the next stage of the research maybe. And for the future network analysis, we can extend the graph to include other type of connections between persons. For example, if some non-participants are mentioned in the event description, they can be cited, or some connection with the main hero of the event can be described. And this would allow us to create directed edges and add some complexity to the graph. In sum, this research not only maps the literary landscape of St. Petersburg, but also, I hope, provides a reusable model for understanding cultural networks in other cities. I suppose that this kind of data could probably be found for other cities or organizations with websites that maintains news or announcement sections. Some details of the network analysis and key features of the resulting networks can be found in the preprint. So thank you for your attention.